Do I need to poo? Hello visuals, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another classic edition of the visual canoes. Ooze. Again, you only have fabulous moi to deal with. This time, I can't get Chris down early enough, so we have to film on a Sunday, but Sunday's a busy day for me, so we've only got time for the podcast because Saturday, I am getting a big like Gyarados added to the Pokemon leg sleeve. So yeah, Snow Chris, you're going to be so sick. I feel like everybody's going to be sat home just ready to blow their brains out when they've had too much done. We need a bit of Chris, because even though Chris is a weird little bastard, at least he brings, you know, a bit more sensibleness to the dynamic. The dynamic duo. He is my Robin. Obviously, I would be the Batman because, like, you know, an elbow and all that shit. Because Batman's famous for his elbows. Have you ever seen a Godzilla and a Morpeko absolutely go at it? Now you have. That's shit money just can't buy. Only here on the Visual Guys. But alas, don't worry, like I said, Chris will be back. I have the next couple of Saturdays off from work actually, because we have a lovely weekend away in Manchester coming up. That's me and Beast. That is not me and Chris. I mean, if Chris wanted a lovely weekend away, he would be, you know, fine. I mean, you know, I know my boys goes that way. I don't, but I still happily top and tail. Anyway, what do we have visuals for the canoes? Oh, yes, we have a new, amazing, whoop-boom game announcement. I cannot wait to talk about that. We have a what the fuck is it? God's ass, all divine and perky. We have a badass diver just doing the most awesomeness. We have a mad Twitter user. Oh, yes, yeah, we got something mad going down on Twitter. Passed out on a tweet. And we have a nice, awesome, sport-related, kind of heartwarming for our fourth story. I needed to bring it in because we'll get to that in a sec. But anyway, let's start with the canoes. I know it's not a dinosaur, but it kind of is. Look at it, he's got proper snaggletooth on. He's like, look at this snaggly snag. Imagine you trying to fight King Kong now with your snaggletooths. Okay, that's right, let's kick us off with a new video game, and that game being the announcement at E3 of Guardians of the Galaxy, the video game. And oh my fucking god, the Avengers game that recently came out was really good. It was awesome. I mean, it's no Batman. Batman I don't think will ever be beaten in terms of comic book video games. But the Guardians are coming out, and this trailer looks fucking immense. Who are we getting published by? Again, it's going to be out in October 26th. It's done by... sorry. It's going to be for all the Xboxes. I am currently on the Xbox Series X. Waste of fucking time. If you have a One X, just keep it. Absolutely bang on. And it's been on all the PlayStations, apart from PlayStation 1. Haha. And 2. Haha. And 3. So you get it on 4 and 5. And it's going to be made by Square Enix. And were they the same people that did the Avengers? I'm pretty sure they are. I imagine it's maybe going to be the same sort of layout and format and playout as that. But it looks so much fun. Cruising through the Milano. Classic comic booky, well, no, kind of more modern comic booky looking characters of Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, etc., etc. Doing your crazy space shenanigans. I also did see somewhere that you maybe only play as Star-Lord, which even if that is the case, more than happy with that. He's a fucking badass. But I'm so ready for this video game. I should be buying it. I'll be buying any sort of deluxe edition they have to say to sell, and I'll be doing a review on Guardians of the Galaxy. But yes, officially coming, Guardians of the Galaxy. I might as well mention Pokemon Unite. By the time I written down my stories, Pokemon Unite hadn't been released, but Pokemon Unite's coming as well. Yes, no. What? Fuck you, chair. Fucking chair, cunt. I need to wet the palate. I feel so snotty and horrible today. Go, car! Fucking Kamehameha, you fucking car. Well, not that it's the car's fault, I guess, really. It's the person's fault. I'll Kamehameha your face into last Wednesday. To be fair, I could solve everybody's problems and just shut the window. But then it gets rather hot and I have to sit here and, you know, I'll have to get like an Alabama accent, like, gee boy, it's too hot in this goddamn Goddamn hate wave. I doubt, is that Alabama? Well, like, every time I do a Southern accent, it's just saying one, but you GR. Like, you know, like, I'll be like the Colonel. Oh boy, my popcorn chicken ready. Goddamn. So ideally I want to keep the window open. What am I on about? Yes, diver Zachary Nagy, N-A-G-I, Nagy, I think that's how you pronounce it, put a genuinely awesome statue at the bottom of a certain lake. And this statue was crafted and made by him himself. And he put it at the bottom of Lake Pleasant in Arizona. And this statue was of Jason himself. That's right, this fucking legend of a diver made his own Jason statue. It said it on the thing, it took him a couple of days to make. And he swam down to the bottom of this Lake Pleasant and put it there. But the park rangers and the park keepers and all that said he had to bring it back up, which is just like shit. Because imagine being a random diver, because I assume that's maybe a place where divers go, like practice or whatever, and they see that, they would shit themselves and it'll be fucking hilarious. Imagine, because obviously I hate shit underwater anyway, so if I was doing that, I'd be like, oh, there's fucking Jason, not only have we got sharks coming, there's fucking Jason somewhere. So yeah, they had to bring it back up, but still, what a fucking legend for at least trying it. And Zachary also stated as well on the little thing I read, he did it because divers, wherever they go, usually leave a little memento, or they bring something to put at the bottom of there and say, you know, they've got that there, or they've got this here, or whatever. So what a little memento they have to say, I put Jason down at the bottom of that lake. What a fucking legend. Right, now, this story was unveiled on the Twitter, but it's apparently quite an old story, but the news is just recirculated now. Maybe just caught wind now. And Twitter user El Pedro II, what a fucking Twitter username. Why is there so much more funny and creative people out there than me? I am awful. Yeah, Twitter user El Pedro II tweeted out a story that he did at work, and that was of fake passing out at work. Now, this is a genuine true story. Yeah, he was at work, but he was hungover from the night out before, so you'd assume maybe it was like a Saturday he was at work and he was out on the Friday or whatever. Or maybe it was just a Wednesday and he thought, fuck, it's got the piss and he was at work. But anyway, the day's regardless. The day is whatever. At work, but he couldn't be asked being there. He was hungover, he was done in, he just couldn't be bothered anymore. So he faked passing out. There is a video you can go and watch. I've obviously just got a single shot of it because copyright, shenanigans and all that shit. He stands up, he just stands up and he just KOs. He just keels right over. They give him a free Twix and it was some kind of soda with a Lucozade or whatever it was. Just to be like, oh, sort your head out, son, and then away you go. You get yourself home, and he's like, yes. Free snack, free drink, I'm on my way home, get the fuck in there. But a year later is where the story gets quite interesting. A year later, a work stew of some kind, he confessed to his boss, who was the person that helped him, you know, up from passing out and stuff there, this lady, that it was all a blag. But thank fuck she must be a cool boss, because she found the funny side to everything. Because he fessed up, he said, hey, I was just, you know, that time I fainted at work, I was just blagging out, I wanted to go home, I was minging that. She giggled about it, she found the funny side about it. But the only thing is now, if he is to pass out genuinely, she's probably going to sit there and be like, El Pedro II, what a dick. And he's sat there frothing out the mouth, fucking, cardiac arrest. She's like, you know, good night, El Pedro II. But yes, what a way to get out of work. I will completely admit as well, I have contemplated being at work on a proper, because us fat boys, green fat boys, cannot take the heat. I hate it. Contemplating, just be like, wonder if I just keel over and like face plant, because, you know, I don't mind taking a bit of pain. You know, I'm used to getting, you know, I used to be a dickhead mate at the skate park and that, be like, look at me, I do this. I can handle a little bit of pain. So I just keel over, smash my head, you know, make sure there's like a mark of some kind, and just pretend that, you know, I've keeled over, can I go home? Because I've never had a sick day at work, and I feel like I'm due one. So I'm going to pretend to KO. One time when I first moved up north, I met a lad at school. I went to school, met a lad at school, and he had a natural bump that was always on his head. And I looked at him, and I had my DS, and he had his DS. I was like, right, wait there. And I just remember sat there going like this, proper rubbing my head, and blagging that me and this lad had ran into each other and smashed each other's heads so we could get the last few periods off from school. And we just sat there and played on our DS and be like, the teacher, whoever it was, like, he's wanting to go home. And I'm like, no, I'll see if it's all right in half an hour. And by the time they look around, right, back on the DS. I miss doing little weird blags at school. Onwards and upwards. Upwards and onwards. We go up and then we go onwards. One of the ways. I'm so... So... I don't want to do it too much because that's shotgun. I'm so bunged up. Bunged up and horrible. Why will the snot not leave my body? Snot in my body, body of snot. That's one of my favourite noises to make. I found myself openly doing that and then just randomly doing it when like I'm near people but don't mean to, and I'm just like sat there going. That's me working. And then they probably look at me saying, this freak needs to put down. Yes, if you stick around the video visuals, you'll see me rambling towards the end, giving it... I haven't done this story because I'm actually recording this story at the end of everything, when everything's like nearly wrapped. Like I'm fucking Steven Spielberg on this fucking actual studio. Oh, it's a wrap. Yes, I forgot to record this story, but we're going to interject and put it in. But anyway, it's all about Christian Eriksen. If you don't remember, Christian Eriksen, the football player... oh shit, I thought I wrote his age down. I didn't anyway. Christian Eriksen was a Denmark against Finland at the start of the Euros in the group stage, and unfortunately he collapsed on the pitch. Me being a massive football fan, I wanted to give the update on this to the Visual Guys community. But after receiving CPR and amazing quick reactions from the likes of his teammates and the referee even stopping the game as quick as he did and getting medical staff and whatnot, and they're getting a hospital. So he's officially been discharged and released from hospital. He's okay, he's all good, he's recovering, he's doing well. So just what a beast, because it's the second time in my life that I can remember. Yeah, because the other one was a lad who bolted against Tottenham in the FA Cup, where we've seen a situation that severe happen on the pitch. Obviously, there's bad tackles, potential leg breaks and head bangs and that. But to see something like that, Christian Eriksen, recently of Tottenham, currently playing for Inter Milan, just won the Serie A. Fit as a fiddle, amazing player. The future for him, even though he was probably getting on in his career a little bit, still an amazing future. Great, amazing talent. But even if he was just a bad football player, to have that to happen to somebody in front of so many people, and that must have been awful. His girlfriend was trying to come on the pitch. Schmeichel was trying to, conceal her and stuff. Belgium against Finland as well, I think themselves. Against Denmark themselves. Anyway, they recently they stopped at the 10-minute mark. Even the ref stopped it. They clapped Eriksen and stuff, and it was showing the community and the togetherness of football. Football being the thing that I absolutely adore and love, and it's one of the biggest things in my life to see. And obviously, there's a lot of divides because so many different teams. Currently at the minute, it's all the different nations. But to see unity and stuff like that, and to support the recovery of one player that the world knows was fucking awesome. And to hear him say that he's been cleared and he's coming out of hospital is amazing. So yeah, Christian Eriksen, hopefully you continue in football in some aspect. I'm not sure if you're out to play again, or if you whatever it may be, or if you play at a lower level, or if you're going to coach, whatever it may be. Hopefully see you again, because you were always a talent to watch. I remember you terrorising Newcastle plenty of times, sir. But there we go, visuals. But yes, it is time for the sports and weather. So we're going to have a nice lovely intro for the sports, and then you're going to see, I've actually written down so I knew what I was talking about this week, the new Avengers member. Are you ready? Sports.
Sports! Yeah! Whatever! Fuck you!
Famous Avengers scene. They're all circling. Who is this newest member? Nobody knows. I've actually used that guy in a GIF before. It's from some sort of basketball game, and he comes up at the camera. But he's now joined the Avengers. Fucking legend. The weather. And the weather. What's Loki thinking? Here's what Loki thinks. Doesn't that happen to... I don't know if I've timed that right. Doesn't that happen to us all? Just constantly thinking about that cat. And finally, visuals. It is time to go on to dance. I haven't done the last story, have I? Shit. Tell you what I'll do. I'll carry on with the video and I'll chuck the last story before we, upwards. What a fucking donut. Roll the intro for Dance Happy Ending, because we're about to see The Avengers dogs assemble.
Adans, happy, ending.
The Avengers dogs. The Avengers pugs. You've got the classic four there. I don't think the pugs seem remotely interested in saving anybody, let alone, you know, trying to do anything hero-y kind. They just want to be cute, awesome little dogs. But there, your new Avengers. We're all doomed. Thanos comes, we're dead. There we go, visuals. That was this week's edition of the Nosy News. If you did enjoy, well, booski. Let me know in the comments below. Anything you want to let me know. I need to go sort my sweat out, my face out, because I'm a fucking disgusting bastard. Visuals, I love each and every single one of you so much from the bottom of my heart. Visuals, have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Remember to keep being you and keep on keeping out. I'm going to go record that fucking story I forgot. What a dick. Thumbnail shot. You ready for the thumbnail shot? Usually, I don't know why I'm talking, because usually I'll press record and I'll be like, news, chin and rain stuff's all here. Thumbnail shot. Right, what have we got? We'll have the Guardians of the Galaxy logo somewhere. We'll have it down here, shall we? Or down that, either way. And we'll have that Jason picture. We'll go for the Jason picture and that Ralph. So it'll be like, and that's how you do a Visual Guys thumbnail.